Well, welcome everybody to your first class in research methods, and it's just really good to see some familiar faces here. I think we have a very important topic to start this class off with, and that topic is recovery from addiction. I want to ask you now, just, to hold up your hands, not really disclose anything, but I want to ask, how many of you either know somebody, have heard of somebody, or maybe even have a loved one, or yourself, have suffered from addiction? Yeah, we have a full room here. I mean, I think it's epidemic. It's at epidemic proportions. We need to start talking about this, not only in the classroom, but out there in the community. We need to have people be allowed to have their voices on video so they can share their stories, talk about the point when they turn to addiction, talk about the point when they realized they wanted to move from addiction but didn't feel like they could.
I started out as an accountant. I had severe and major back problems. I've had 5 operations on my back. I became addicted to OxyContin.
Because I have a family member who has an addiction, and I've helped, and he stole from us.
Right.
Helped,
Right.
stole again.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yes.
I can't anymore. I've worked too hard to get my kids where I'm at, and to keep building my home, and he keeps stealing it.
You have somebody that's addicted, like throughout their whole life, they've been through recovery already, and they're doing good. But now, like if they're nobody in their family doesn't talk to, there's just like one person in their family they can talk to, and they do. But as just one person out their family, what would you say to them if they were like thinking about, backstabbing?
Let me see if I heard you correctly, right? So what you said is, like, say the person was addicted their whole life, right? Then now they stopped using, and now they're in recovery, but their whole family probably is like you, and no, I'm done with them. I don't trust them, even though they're in recovery, right? What I would tell that person is to give it time. For 5 years, and the family's still not trusting them, right? But what's gonna happen is eventually the family will come around, because they'll see that the change, right? And it's a process. Just like addiction was a process, people don't, start using and then start stealing from you right away, right? It's a process for them to get there. And the same thing, recovery is a process. It's a process for the family to learn to trust again, to learn to, be open with them again. And I believe, I have faith that they'll come around.
So, I mean, when is it enough? Enough is enough. I can't help
Right,
it anymore.
right. That's when you have to stop giving your money, but not your love.
But it's not even that. I give you my love. I open the door.
Yeah.
I let you stay home with me. You don't have a job. I'll give you $5 here, but you're in my house. And then I come home and my kids' jewelry's missing, my kids' TVs.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. We can't anymore. I mean,
I lost my job, lost my profession, lost my family, lost my home behind addiction. And it was not because I wanted to go out and figure out what it's like to, become addicted. The stigma is a lot. In my profession, it was all about taking it. So for me to come forward and say, I have a problem, they'll get you some help, but then they'll fire you. I'd watch it happen, and I refuse to let it happen again. So in that sense, I did not come forward with that problem.
Intro's rolling.
Hello everybody, I'm Nate Patterson from Solo Productions. Welcome to another episode of Showcase Springfield. Today we have a very special guest. I know I say that about everybody, but this is a special one. He had us on the show earlier last summer. My partner Clint and I, we came on the show. We had a very good time. We talked. The show is called All About You and is hosted by Mr. Jonathan Small. And he's going to be my guest today. We're going to get to talk with him. Mr. Small is the host and producer of the said show, All About You. And in addition, he hosts Hostland. What is that?
Producer face to face.
What is this, Hostland? What's that?
No, that's just host. I probably put host.
Okay, I'm trying to read it.
No, I put host and.
Host and,
Yeah,
okay.
My writing.
All right. Okay, Jonathan hosts, in addition to All About You, Jonathan is also in addition to All About You, Jonathan is also a host and producer of such shows as Face to Face on accesstv.org and the Television Online Network. So we're going to meet Mr. Smalls and get to know him. You stay tuned. Don't you go nowhere. Cut. Action?
Action.
Thank you. All right, welcome to, with camera, I'm over here. All right. Right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Job was your work too, Clint.
Thank you.
So that's all the time we got with Jonathan Hall. We're going back to Harper.
Small job. Small.
I said Jonathan Hall again. Jonathan, get out of my head.
Yeah.
All right. That's all the time we have. Special guest, Jonathan Small with All About You. We're gonna go back down to Harper. We're gonna take you up on that.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Right.
You
Get
wanna
some
come down?
ambiance to the show, right? Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
But to be honest, we can do it in Springfield on location and fool people and tell them it's hard because both cities look alike. So I mean,
We might
do
wanna
that.
We might want
Yeah.
to show them the magic of Hollywood.
yeah, you could easily make Springfield look like Hartford, man. That's an easy thing to do.
Awesome.
Right.
Okay, once again, Nate Patterson, Showcase Springfield.
I lead the time to watch you wonder. This lightning, I'm chocolate thunder. Breaking backboards, I'm back for the black pour under the poverty level. They tired and worn, living in fear, they own home. See how they pride is torn. Bullet holes in the windows and sides is shown. Like a museum exhibit, you seeing just how they live at bare bones. Surviving off the scraps alone. If there was more for them to take, make no mistake, it'd be gone. But the only thing is no thing for no one. I'm looking at it like, come on now, so done. Putting these words together, and it just don't measure up. Fill it up, still thirsty for another cup. Fill it up, get closer to the essence of life. Expand your mind from the lessons I write. Get closer.
Nate Patterson Solo Productions from Showcase Springfield. We're here live at the Hookie Lounge with DJ Julius. Video karaoke.
Show some love for Michael, y'all. Show some love for Michael. Our first single for the night.
Get down, good love. Baby got them open all over town. Strictly bitch, you don't play around. Cover much ground, got game out of pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every way. True play away. I can't get her out of my mind. I think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side, pushing that ride. Ain't no surprise. Say she got tricks in the stash, packing up the cash, fast when it comes to gas. By no means that red, as long as she's got the habit. Oh baby, you're a perfect fit. I wanna get in, can I get in? I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got the bag in the bag. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got the bag in the bag. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got the bag in the bag. I like the way you work it, no diggity. She's got class and style. Shooting my bitch by the mile. Baby never act wild. Very low key on the profile. Catch you feelings in. Can I tell you how it goes? Words for words, spins the verb. Love is in tongue, so but with the fact you don't even know what to have. You got to pay to play. From the show that bang bang. I like the way you work it. Try to fight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time. Baby, I can get you in my mind. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got the bag in the bag. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got the bag. I like the way you work it. No the way you work it. No diggity, no diggity. Give it up. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, yo, that girl looks good. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. No diggity. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. No diggity, I got the back. Girl, you let it go, it up. No diggity, play on, play on, play on. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. No diggity, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Yeah.
What you were going to say, because remember the scripture say, if you're ashamed of me before man, I'll be ashamed of you before my father. So you never hear about a secret service convert yet. She had to come. He didn't ask because he didn't know. He asked because he wanted her to come through, because he felt faith. You had all those that was in the press with him was touching him, but he wasn't feeling no faith. But when she touched, faith connected with him, and he brought her out completely, because it's like the elders said, if she had been back home in hiding, she would have never received her blessing. You know what I mean?
One thing I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, I understand all that, and I probably agree with it. But here's the thing: she had the issue of blood for how many? 7 years, right? 12 years, right? She dealt with that for 12 years. She heard of this man Jesus. She made her way to him. She fought through the crowd to get to him, reached out, stretched out, and touched him. Is that not faith? She did all that on faith. Nobody made her and encouraged her to go. She did that knowing that when she said it, if I just touch yet the hem of his garment, I will be filled. So I mean, she was already filled with enough faith that I don't think that he would have to bring that out. She wanted to get there. She believed before she was told that he could make it.
So what did he tell her? Well, he told her, woman, thy faith has made thee whole. He agreed with her. And I think we're getting ready to do this, right? Wherever two are gathered together in my name, I'm there in the midst. Right? Touching and agreeing, you shall have what you say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The way you guys explained it, I guess.
What?
He just sounded, he didn't know.
But look how many people's faith was touched by her confession.
And so many people that they didn't touch Jesus by their faith.
Yeah.
So he only recognized his faith. It's just like the paralytic when they told the root the paralytic they said, and Jesus saw in their faith. Right. You see, because he's looking for faith. And remember, no, faith is action. Faith is not just. No, faith is. Yes, so she had to express that faith, and that was her time. That one episode, God had set that up for her, this lady's purpose. It was her time to be delivered. And Jesus knew everything from the Father anyway, and know what's going to happen. He already knew that this woman was coming in the spirit. You understand what I'm saying? But she had to know that she got her healing, you know? So he already knew all things, you know? So
Jesus asked a lot of questions in the Bible. Like when Adam and Eve was in the garden, he asked, where art thou?
That's right.
Yeah.
And who told you?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
He asked a lot of questions.
Yeah, that's another question.
Yes, that's good.
And he asked Peter, who do men say that I am the Son of Man?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a question that throughout the whole Bible he's doing there.
But he wants us to announce what we believe.
That's right.
All right, because you can have faith to yourself.
That's right.
Right? And it never be until you speak it. Because the words we have are seeds. And they're planted in spiritual gardens, right? And they grow.
That's right.
You know? And so when we get the faith that we can speak, he said we'll have what we say.
That's right.
And she has what we say.
When you pray, say. You don't have, there's no silent prayer. That's right. You gotta say, because faith is saying. And when you confess and decree, it's almost because we become kings and priests unto God, and a king decree what he wants. And when that word, those words have power. See, there's spirits all around here now. I mean, if you realize that you can say, "I command you in Jesus' name to go," they have to go when you say it because of your authority. They recognize your authority, because that's why when the Bible said
when Jesus was moving around, the Spirit says, what do you want with us now? So they recognize his authority. So you gotta say and command these things to go. So that's all he wanted her to recognize and claim her healing. You know what I mean? And that's to finish that there, you know.
And the fact that she had a right to the healing.
She had a right. It was her.
You know, it was her. It was her right.
That was
to
her
be
time.
healed.
That was her time.
Yeah, like the sons of Sceva. You know, he said, Jesus, I know. You know, Paul, I know. Well, who are you? You know, he had no right to. He had no authority.
That's right.
You know, and so it.
Okay, right here. I gotta say this.
Right? He didn't have the authority, but he was using Jesus' name. How come they didn't go anywhere?
Read other people's mail. It's your letter.
But you said you mentioned his name. They got to go.
So you go in the neighbor's mailbox and you get this statement that says $100,000. You get happy, right? And you go to the bank with the statement. You know, and you probably go to jail.
He don't own it. He don't own it.
Yeah, it's not yours.
So we're saying that not just anybody can use Jesus' name and evict.
So what I think that we need to focus on, and I have to speak up, what we need to focus on, I always think about the supply and demand, right? So if you have a demand for a product, you're going to supply it, right? So out in our streets, there's a demand for drugs. That's why people are selling drugs, and that's why people are getting addicted. I've worked in the field for over 25 years. Today, as a matter of fact, prior to coming here, a very good friend of mine, longtime friend of mine, who works at a hospital, she works in a psychiatric hospital, called me and said, hey, I got 30 years sober today. And I said, wow. And she said, well, I was going to put it on Facebook and I was going to tell everybody. But the stigma associated with that, you know, oh my God, my social worker is an addict or an alcoholic, right? We need to get rid of that stigma.
The deeper you get in, the more you become paranoid. Everybody's out to get you. Everything's out there, and it's just a cycle. So the stigma of it is very bad.
Right.
People don't understand it. Family members a lot of times don't understand it. Professions don't understand it. You know, it wasn't until I had an overdose and I survived, barely, but I did survive, as you can see. But that day was the day I decided. And because there's too many people depending, you know, my children and you know, family members, and that set me on the road.
And I'm really glad that this project has gone forward, that we got that Dr. Rasika got funded for it, because I believe it's very important for people to know that recovery is possible, and that if we get rid of the demand for the drugs, the supply will diminish, right? Because if nobody wants to buy hamburgers, you're not going to build a hamburger joint, right? So if you get rid of the need or the people wanting to have alcohol and drugs, then we won't have to have drug dealers out in the streets needing to sell drugs.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Mike, aka Tretch Ruger. Shout out to Sky High Environment. Yo, I'm from Athol, Mass. Yo, this was my first time at karaoke. I sang No Diggity. I sang every little step. I messed it up, but we was still getting it in. It's live in here. Enjoy my time. I can't wait to come back, man. Holla.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
I got them shaking their boobies like Congos, man. I'm shaking the city like quakes. The haters blue in the face like Gonzo, cause I'm breaking the cake, so let's bake. I'm taking the game's mine. Y'all witness the change, it's my time. Yeah, I'm new to the game, but y'all might wanna say you whack raps, daylight saving time. I can dance, homie, on two-step. Y'all looking at something like a true player. A girl told me that a man that can dance might could possibly get down with the tool in his pants. Now I'm a ladies, let me see it vibrate. And when it's over, you ain't gon' need your bird. Cause I'm a pro, make you bend your back low, then the pound it real fast, just like the percolate.
Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah.
Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up, back it up.
Girl, wobble it, and I'ma gobble it. I see you moving your head, go ahead, bobble it. We can cradle the bed, I'm straight rocking it. The girl say, man, like the double rocket shit. Damn, I'm so explicit, but I can't help it, my flow ridiculous. Boy, got a gift like it gotta be Christmas. Swag don't miss like it gotta be gifted. The girls brought cameras, and they want pictures, and they gon' frame them to see that. Let them to the bed while I'm saying my scriptures. Cause I leave you holy like you pray in the temple. 1B, I move with the letter of a pencil. And mine won't miss you, good night kiss you. Take it damn back, cause you got pistol. And I don't think Donnie pick her up these issues.
Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah.
Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up.
All the shorties in the club, let me see you just back it up, drop it down, let me see you just get low, scrub the ground, let me see you just push it up, let me see you just wobble, wobble, shake, shake it, just get in here, wobble, wobble, just push it, get in here, show me what you got, show me what you got, get in here, show me what you got, show me what you got, get in here.
Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up.
Wait a minute now, wait a minute now, wait a minute now, wait a minute now.
Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah.
Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up. Hey, big girl, make her back it up, make her back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up.
You, directly from Solo Productions, each and every week. Brand new series, don't you miss it.
wanna read my mind, but I redefine what they consider delivery. I lead the time. You watch and wonder, this lightning, I'm chocolate thunder. Breaking backwards, I'm back for the black poor under the poverty level. They tired and worn, living in fear, they own home. See how they pride is torn. Bullet holes in the windows and sides is shown like a museum exhibit. You seeing just how they live it, bare bones, surviving off the scraps alone. If there was more for them to take, make no mistake, it'd be gone. But the only thing is no thing for no one. I'm looking at it like, come on now, I'm so done putting these words together, and it just don't measure up. Fill it up, still thirsty for another cup. Fill it up, get closer to the essence of life. Expand your mind from the lessons I write. Get closer. Lifted like I was at the bar saying cheers. I lifted for those behind bars paying years. Lift it up for the old and graying hairs on the beard of a man with no fear that his end is near. Envision this transition is nothing compared to the tribulations of living in good health. Be risen and take the time to listen to the essence. Get closer to it. Do it like you were supposed to do it, and stop following the poster platform. Is stuck in the sand with the rest of the ant form. Break the glass, let the bell ring. Fire alarm, rain down, sprinklers on. No eye of the storm, just like when I perform. They all wet from the energy that's radiating out in front of me. I doubt there's gonna be another one who gives you a dose of what I give you, gon' get you closer. See it in a child's eyes, like when a child cries and ain't nobody there to help the little child rise. See the tracks on his face from where the tears dry. Whenever I see it, a small part of me dies, and a new part of me grows. I hardly suppose that anybody ever will know.